Good evening, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I'm your host, Amir Gavatar. In 4 top stories, officials discuss measures to be taken to prevent the Omicron variant. The Government of Mongolia takes steps towards smart governance. 285 confirmed cases and 2 additional deaths reported. And for the news, stay tuned. The newly recorded Omicron variant is causing concern all over the world. A worrisome new COVID-19 variant has recently been identified in Southern Africa. It has been officially designated a variant of concern by the World Health Organization.
Numerous countries, including the US, have restricted travel from countries in Southern Africa in an attempt to slow the variant's spread, but cases continue to turn up around the world regardless. Scientists in South Africa and elsewhere are working as fast as they can to determine whether Omicron may or may not be very dangerous compared with other variants like Delta. Recently, the first death from Omicron was recorded. The Mongolian government and related working groups are paying attention to the COVID-19 Omicron variant spread.
Some countries are discussing the possibility of yet another additional booster dose, a 4th dose. Some countries are conducting studies on the specifics of the Omicron variant and are working on considering creating a new vaccine.
The Scientists' Council, in conjunction with the National Emergency Commission, is conducting research on further preventive measures of the Omicron variant. We remind you that recently this variant's first death recorded in the UK and the first case showed up in China.
The United Kingdom records the symptoms of the COVID-19 Omicron variant through the Zoe COVID app. According to the data, patients mostly have such symptoms like a runny nose, tiredness and coughing.
Some members of standing and permanent committees criticize the regulations implemented by the government and are proposing to implement other measures.
We are losing too much time on resources on diagnostics. Shouldn't we concentrate more on improving the medical capacity for the possible number of people who might experience complications? I'm telling this as a person who has undergone a PCR test 20 times. And despite all those tests, I got sick. I think it is poor management.
Even though the number of COVID-19 cases in Mongolia is steadily decreasing in the last few days, some international scientists believe that the COVID-19 infection peak will be in 2022.
A regular cabinet meeting was held. The Minister of Finance, SHANGHAI, introduced a decision made at the cabinet meeting on transitioning to smart governance in the public service. Notably, a decision to reduce the number of public servants working in some sectors was made. Details are as follows.
He noted the government has decided to reduce inspection officers at public services by 50%. Those officers are mostly working in the services that monitor and inspect the business sectors and citizens' operation. Inspection officers are also working at the state bodies like the Central Bank and the Financial Regulatory Commission. There are also a number of government agencies, including the Specialized Inspection Agency, that need to decrease the number of inspectors. The organizations that to have downsized include the Mongolian Taxation Authority. The Minister of Finance, SHANGHAI, noted that only inspectors working on the control of the private sector and citizens will be reduced by 50%. But that doesn't mean that downsizing will occur as soon as 2022 starts. The state structure has about 50,000 civil servants working in the inspection sector. Currently, medium and long-term plans are being elaborated by the Government of Mongolia to make the public service more efficient, transparent, and smart.
The Ministry of Health reported that 285 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed today and 2 people have died.
The Ministry of Health today on December 16th has reported that 285 new COVID-19 cases were detected in the past 24 hours after tests were carried out at PCR laboratories across the country. Unfortunately, 2 men all with underlying health conditions died of COVID-19 complications. All new cases except 5 were confirmed domestically, out of which 194 were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar and 86 were confirmed in their provinces. and the remaining 5 cases were imported. 2,770 COVID-19 patients are being treated at hospitals nationwide. Additionally, 4,601 patients being treated at home. Among the 2,770 COVID-19 patients being treated at hospitals nationwide, 1,045 are showing mild symptoms of illness and 45 are in critical condition. As of now, around 2.15 million people have had 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccine and 25% of the population has received the booster shot so far.
Here's the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Here's the weather forecast of world's major cities. Well, that's all for today and thank you for staying with us. We will see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.